Good morning. What is your full name, please?
Iris Goodall.
You are charged with 3 counts of unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of narcotic drug for sale, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent. You have a constitutional right to be represented by counsel. You do have an attorney who is seated next to you, assisting you with this morning's hearing. I am going to hear first from the county attorney's office regarding their bond recommendation. County attorney?
Your Honor, given the amount of drugs that was found, which is approximately 6,133 M30 fentanyl pills, and the fact that the defendant lacks significant ties to Arizona, she lives in Colorado and has told pre-trial that she's never lived here and does not live here currently, we are asking for a $5,000 bond plus release to pre-trial services if the bond is posted.
And what is your position regarding leaving the state of Arizona or not?
Your Honor, we would recommend, given that she was here in Arizona with the $6,000 or 6,000 fentanyl pills, that she not be allowed to leave. It appears that she's somehow involved in selling narcotics, and that might include picking them up in Arizona and taking them to Colorado for further sale.
Thank you. Defense counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. I first would like to move for the dismissal of the possession for sale charge. And the reason for that is there's nothing in the complaint, there's no allegation here that Ms. Goodall possessed drugs for sale. There's not even a statement from an officer saying that in their training and expertise that the quantity is for sale. They didn't put that in there because it isn't true. And the reason it isn't true, Your Honor, is because they tested those pills and they came back as acetaminophen, not fentanyl. So these are not M30 fentanyl pills like the state has alleged. It's not a quantity for sale because it's not an illegal drug for sale. And the officer who wrote this complaint did not say that that was the case. And so there's no probable cause that there's for a basis for a possession for sale charge as alleged by the state on this complaint. So for that reason, I ask that that charge be dismissed.
County attorney, what is your response to the challenge for a motion for dismissal?
Your Honor, I think that if this had been 25 pills, then that would need a lower amount, then that would need a specific statement, but I think common sense provides that 6,000 pills is a lot of pills and is consistent with for sale amounts by any stretch of the imagination. Additionally, M30 pills, there isn't a common narco pouch or any sort of drug test for it. Acetaminophen is not contained in regular M30 and prescription M30 pills, and so the presence of acetaminophen in an M30 stamped pill is indicative that it is counterfeit M30s, and they typically contain fentanyl. So we would ask that you deny the motion.
The court's going to deny the defense motion for a challenge because of the large amount of pills that were found in the vehicle. Defense counsel, your motion for release or no release?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd ask that Ms. Goodall be released to pretrial services and allowed to return home to Colorado. There's no indication that there's going to be any issue with her appearing either via telephone or Microsoft Teams or even in person if the court so requires her to do so. To hold her here based on the fact that she's just simply not from Arizona is a disservice to her. She has a valid address in Colorado. In fact, she has a couple. I was able to reach out to her emergency contact and verify housing with a friend of hers named Chris, and I have that address available for the court if necessary. There's no indication from pretrial services that Ms. Goodall has any criminal history. There's no prior offenses alleged. And so, or prior felony offenses alleged, I should say. And so, Your Honor, I'd ask that Ms. Goodall be allowed the opportunity to return home to Colorado and participate in her case from home rather than kept here in Arizona, just for the sake of the fact that she has no other ties to this community.
Ms. Gill, your bond set at $2,500 secured plus release of pretrial services. You're able to post that bond, you must comply with any monitoring treatment as directed by pretrial services. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol, take any illegal drugs. You certainly cannot be in possession of any illegal drugs. The Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. You're not allowed to leave the state of Arizona. You'll have to talk to your attorney about